Alright, what's going on, guys? I am back here with another upload. It's me, Boss Hand here, back with another upload. Why did I said that 2 times? Anyhow, I don't know how this happened, but my brain managed to give me another story time, which in another video, I told you guys I had no more stories to talk about. But for once, my brain actually did something that's really good for my content ideas, and actually remember something that could be a story time video. Anyways, let's get into the story time. So this all started when me and my family were talking about the storm that was gonna happen in like the next week or so. Well, this week it's now happening, but while we were talking about it, I got a flashback to what happened when I was visiting a desert in like this huge storm just like appeared out of nowhere, and it was very terrifying. But this all started 3 years ago when I was visiting a desert that happened 3 years ago during this flashback I had. And I think we're gonna all agree there's that one place that's at the top of the list for the biggest thunderstorms you can ever experience. And yes, you guessed it, it's Utah. I mean, probably not one at the very top, but it's very top. The reason why I say that is that basically they have very big thunderstorms and they're really terrifying, and I don't recommend it. Overall, though, Utah is a really great place to stay. But I guess me and my family didn't get the memo that a giant ice storm was gonna appear out of nowhere while in a swimming pool. But that one day, we packed our bags, we get into the car, and we start driving down to Utah. That took at least 6 hours. And so how we went into there's like these two giant mountains that covered this freeway. And in this freeway, everything was going good, right? Everything was going good, except that we started to see some clouds that started storming over us that were getting more cloudier. And so we're like, I guess maybe there's a cloudy day. But that's when things tend to get a little bit intense. So basically, what I didn't realize is that Utah is not your run-of-the-mill nice summer vacation. If you want to get there, then there's a chance, probably like 1 out of 50, I guess. I don't know how this works, but like somehow we were experiencing a very big thunderstorm. I mean, I was obviously exaggerating. It wasn't raining ice, which I do have a story about how it was raining ice, where I was at a vacation to Utah, which I'll tell that, I guess, maybe next time. But like these winds, they were very, very strong, and it looks like it was so strong to the point where like someone can just pick up like a steel beam and it would carry throughout like a tornado. But because my dad was such a great driver, we went through the thunderstorm, oh my gosh, I can't speak, through this thunderstorm like it was nothing. And for the rest of the weekend, or should I say for the rest of the trip, everything was fine. We got into our cabin. It was very cool, very large, by the way. There was enough rooms for us to all sleep, and after that, everything was fine. Like for the rest of the 4 days, I should say, was great because there was no thunderstorms. But then like not a day, but like 4 days later, we were going to the swimming pool that was inside, by the way. It was an inside swimming pool that I think was very popular, I guess. But like we went to that pool and it was very crowded. I mean, it was not that crowded, but you can tell it was a very popular place because there was a lot of people there. And everything was going good. Like nothing bad was happening. Everyone was having a good time. But that's when we started to hear thunder and crackling outside, like, because as I was going through down like the slide, I went through to the water, I got out of the water, and I looked up at the sky, and I saw like this thunderbolt that came crashing down and struck like a tree branch, and I was like, oh shoot, there's gonna be a thunderstorm. However, I mean, I wasn't, but I was looking at the sky because technically there's like this giant fortress we were in that's like covered this whole entire pool, that basically in case there's gonna be like a giant thunderstorm that's like as powerful as a tornado or something, basically it can withstand that. Anyhow, the guards see what's happening. There's gonna be a thunderstorm in this giant area, and they're like, oh shoot, we gotta close down the place. So we have to be in this giant crowded of people that's getting out of the pool and outside and getting to this giant fortress. And in this other building, I mean, that's into the giant fortress, because I mean, it's the main office and lobby of how they control the fortress, where there's the pool area. And we're just sitting here waiting for this thunderstorm to stop raining. However, little kid me, even though I thought that, hey, maybe this thunderstorm is just gonna go for a little while and then it was gonna stop. But no. It got a little bit more insane, okay? So it starts raining, right? And I see like wind from the trees, and then I just see it go more fast. Like I see the trees, it looks like it's like about to fall and like carry into the wind. That's how fast it is. I think I can tell how fast it was going, I guess. Like I guess it was going as fast as like what, 150 miles per hour. At that point, you can say that there's a hurricane going on. I mean, I guess there could be a hurricane in the desert, considering Utah is technically a desert and it's a very flat area, but like the winds were very powerful. However, this giant storm was so powerful enough, like at one point, like the doors that shuttered and kept this pool safe, like some of the doors, it like went up a little, like it was able to open the door, like this giant beam door open, and then like it just shut in. Cause like I mean, even though like this giant door was very heavy, the wind was still powerful enough to kind of lift the door open a little, but then it wasn't powerful enough to lift it completely, because then all of us will be sucked in this giant tornado. I'm pretty sure that doesn't even exist. But at the end of the day, this giant storm like lasts about like what, an hour or so, and after that, we swam in the pool for at least like 30 more minutes, and we went to change and we went to go back home. But the challenging part of this, ladies and gentlemen, was trying to get into the car, because you see, the storm was still going. However, it wasn't like that much powerful winds, but like it was still raining hard, and like there was still thunder crackling outside. However, the thing is that we weren't that such a scared family after all, because we managed to be like a warrior and go out at the rain, feel like, and managed to drive back home without getting wet. But yeah, that was a story about how I got stuck in this pool, because, or should I say, that's the story of how the pool, we were in the middle of having a nice fun time. We were swimming, and all of a sudden we had to close down the pool because there's this giant thunderstorm in Utah. If you guys want like more stories of like thunderstorms or whatever, like I mean, I guess it's kind of cool to tell these stories, but I mean, generally I don't really have more story to tell. I mean, except for this story that popped out of my brain out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh shit, I can make this for story time content. But I mean, like, yeah, that's a story time. But like, on another note, I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I mean, I liked it too. I mean, except for the chaos part. I mean, it was kind of cool to watch like the thunderbolt cracking. But other than that, I would appreciate if you guys can press the like button. But if you don't press the like button, you will win $1 million, but a thunderbolt will strike you, leaving your $1 million reward destroyed. And you don't want that to happen, so press the like button. But on another note, I'm out. Peace.